he's the one that's in the reserves.
We ready, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. We'll go ahead and call this regular meeting of the East Peoria City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Mingus.
Here.
Sutherland.
Here.
Mayor Call.
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please rise for the invocation. Remain standing for the pledge.
So we pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and every day you give us. We thank you for the honor of serving this community. We pray for our city officials and staff that they may be guided by integrity and compassion. Remind them of the responsibility they bear and grant them the strength to uplift most vulnerable among us. May the decisions made in this room tonight foster peace, prosperity, and unity within our neighborhoods. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the minutes, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move the minutes of the regular meeting held on May 5th, 2026 be approved as printed.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland.
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried. Public comment. Anyone wish to address the council on a agenda item, please step forward. I'm seeing no one. Commissioner Hill, turn it over to you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I move to adopt a consent agenda consisting of items numbered 1 through 8. Item number 1, adoption of resolution number 2627-014, resolution to approve payment of the scheduled bills listed on schedule number 1 in the amount of $1,462,136.34. Item number 2, adoption of ordinance number 4908 on second reading, an ordinance providing for the vacation of a portion of Hemlock Avenue right-of-way and creation of an access easement for adjoining property. Item number 3, adoption of resolution number 2627-002 on second reading, resolution accepting lowest responsible bid from the Illinois Civil Contractors, Inc. for the Levy District Pedestrian Crosswalk and Parking Improvement Project. Item number 4, adoption of resolution number 2627-004 on second reading, resolution approving engineering services contract with TWM, Inc. for the design, permitting, and bidding services for the Bloomington Road Water Main Replacement Project. Item number 5, adoption of resolution number 2627-005 on second reading, resolution approving engineering services contract with Maurer Stutz, Inc. for the design, permitting, bidding, and project management services for the Venture Drive Water Main Replacement Project. Item number 6, adoption of resolution number 2627-006 on its second reading, resolution approving engineering services contract with Maurer Stutz, Inc. for design, permitting, bidding, and project management services for the Kennedy Drive Water Main Replacement Project. Item number 7, adoption of resolution number 2627-007 on second reading, resolution authorizing the purchase of a new 2026 Chevrolet Silverado truck from Upstream Chevrolet for the city's water department. Item number 8, adoption of resolution number 2627-003 on its second reading, resolution approving contract with IWP Bloomington LLC for assisting with employee wellness program as listed on the agenda for this meeting to be considered by omnibus vote.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Decker.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland.
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that items numbered 1 through 8 listed on the consent agenda be hereby approved and adopted, and items numbered 2 through 8 having been read once by their title and having laid on the table for no less than 1 section be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2627-009, resolution approving Laserfish software license renewal for the city with ICC Community Development Solutions be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-009 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Okay, this one's pretty straightforward, year after year. Annual license renewal, and it's our Laserfish software, which we use it for electronic document and storage handling. It's limited. This software manufacturer only allows one vendor to resell the software, so there's really no bidding in this process, and so that's what we have in front of us. It's, let's see, what did I have on the price? $16,091. So
Very good.
we need it for our Laserfish software renewal.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
Okay, resolution approving city funding commitment for city street improvement projects submitted for matching grant funding under Illinois Surface Transportation Block Grant Preservation Program. Whereas the Tri-County Regional Planning Commission is seeking local transportation improvement projects from communities in the Tri-County area for the participation in the Surface Transportation Block Grant STBG Preservation Program funding approved by the state of Illinois, the STBG Grant Program. And whereas under the STBG Grant Program, funds are provided on an 80-20 matching basis for assistance with the construction cost of a transportation improvement project. And whereas city officials have determined that the city has 2 street improvement projects that meet the criteria for the STBG Grant Program, such that the project has regional significance, which includes resurfacing the hill portion of Centennial Drive up to the Highview Road intersection as depicted in Exhibit A, attached hereto and incorporated by reference, the Centennial Hill Project, and resurfacing Riverside Drive from the West Camp Street intersection to the city parking lot adjacent to the Bass Pro as depicted in Exhibit B, attached hereto and incorporated by reference, the Riverside Drive project. And whereas city officials have determined that the funding commitment for the Centennial Hill project consists of $160,000 for the city's 20% share of the estimated construction cost for the project and $160,000 for the associated engineering costs for this project, the city's funding commitment for the Centennial Hill project totaling $320,000. And whereas city officials have determined that the funding commitment for the Riverside Drive project consists of $200,000 for the city's 20% share of the estimated construction cost for this project and $200,000 for the associated engineering costs for this project, the city's funding commitment for the Riverside Drive project totaling $400,000. And, whereas the city council for the city of East Peoria hereby finds it is in the best interest of the city to seek STBG grant program matching funds for the Centennial Hill project and the Riverside Drive project. Now therefore be it resolved by the council of the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, that Section 1, the above recitations are found to be true and correct. Section 2, the city council of the city of East Peoria hereby commits to provide and appropriate the sum of $320,000 for the Centennial Hill project under the STBG grant program, if awarded STBG grant program funding for this project. Section 3, the city council of the city of East Peoria hereby commits to provide and appropriate the sum of $400,000 for the Riverside Drive project under the STBG grant program, if awarded STBG grant program funding for this project. Section 4, on behalf of the city, the mayor or his designee And the city clerk are hereby authorized and directed to execute any additional documentation necessary for the submission of the Centennial Hope Project and the Riverside Drive Project to the Tri-County Regional Planning Commission under STBG grant program, and for any related review of such submittals and acceptance of such grant funding for these projects. Section 5, this resolution shall be in full force and effect immediately upon its passage and approval by the city council. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-0010 be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Commissioner Mingus?
Okay. Pretty self-explanatory that there's a grant program that, if we have a regional impact, can provide 80% of the funding. The catch on this particular one, we've listed 2 projects. Well, the funding is somewhat limited, or not somewhat, limited to $811,669. So we would not be able to get both, but both of them are being submitted for consideration, such that if we get one of them, we have approved and appropriated the needed money to get the project.
Yeah, it's required of the council to show its support as we submit both these projects for the grant monies. That's one of the criteria to be considered for that. So hopefully we'll get one, and I don't, as the commissioner already explained, it's pretty limited. I don't think we'll be available to, or have an opportunity to get both of them, but
And I believe the last time we've made use of this funding program was
East Washington.
East Washington down to 74 is what did that
Yeah.
stretch of road. So
Absolutely.
definitely good.
Well,
Our hat in the ring for 2 good
Yeah.
projects.
I got a little bit of a question, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the water main going to Bass Pro area is pretty new and doesn't need to be replaced, but Clarence Powley built that road going up to ICC 50 years ago, something like that, and that water main needs to be replaced, so just keep me in mind when this thing progresses, that I'm able to get my water main, whether it's going to be in the grass or is in the grass, get my water main done before the construction on the street.
Here's a reverse question for you, because you mentioned delays in getting things approved. Is that something that requires an IEPA, any type of,
Well, yeah,
Approval.
It will.
that's the least of my problems. I don't have enough
Yeah.
money.
well,
I mean,
To me, the
because
lead
I'd have
time would be
to,
a
I'd have to,
problem.
yeah, I'd
Yeah.
have to put it in my budget. I mean, hopefully this is not something that's going to be done next year. Hopefully it's going to be done 2 years down the road, because I have to gather up my money and then get the permits and the engineering done and then do the work. So I need to be a year ahead of you guys.
Well, understand on this grant opportunity here, we're kind of at the mercy of when they release those grants, and it's on their timeline, so
Well,
we can't.
Hence my bitching about bureaucracy all these
Yeah.
years, because these people don't get it. Just because you know how to push a pencil doesn't mean that it's so. And you can draw anything, a ladder up to the moon, and that don't mean it's going to get built. So
Sure.
I understand, but they have to be, if they want it done right, they have to have some common sense, that's all.
My memory could be incorrect. I was thinking not long ago, we had a project that went along the side of Centennial, either sewer or water. Am I mistaken? It's just, my memory, I thought
There was a project up off Centennial, back behind the old Riverview.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
where the sewer kind of
That's where the
blew
sewer
up
is,
and
yeah.
exploded
Right.
Yeah.
and behind the old Riverview, and
Yeah.
we
Okay,
fixed it, and
I must be thinking of something different than I thought. I was thinking there was something that went, because I was thinking about that when you said it, like what else could we do? It might just be my memory going, being wrong.
No problem. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call?
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried. Is that it, Commissioner?
Oh.
For you?
Mr. Mayor, that concludes it for me.
Very good. Well, that's a
It's got to be
That
record
that
right
full
there.
read
Yeah.
spaced me out a little bit.
Yeah.
He's tired.
All right, Commissioner Decker.
I have two items, Mayor. First of all, resolution number 2627-011, be it resolved by the Council, City of East Peoria, Illinois, the resolution number 2627-011, resolution to approve contract with United Contractors Midwest for the Grange Road Improvement Project near intersection with U.S. Route 24 be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-011 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title, be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. This is IDOT is completing repairs on Route 24, and I had a long conversation with Brett about this. There is a discrepancy. When we did Grange Road, we believed that we had gone where we needed to go, but when IDOT is doing 24, their language says that basically we will bring the road to them, or there's a gap there. So there's a little bit of land there that we're going to have to complete work on. This also takes care of our portion of the work on the signals. So the mill and low overlay part comes to $60,367.56. There's the shoulders are $24.04 and pavement markings are $902. But speaking with Brett, I was thinking that portion of that was also for the
No,
the
this is
lighting.
just what you have in
Just
front
that,
of you
okay.
is accurate. I'll speak to this just briefly. So IDOT came to the city last year sometime and made us aware that if we wanted to be part of their project to do this section of Grange, it was going to come to a tune of $100 and some
That's right,
thousand.
yeah.
And so we said, thanks, but no thanks. Actually, that's your area of responsibility. And they said, no, it's not. There was a parcel that annexed into the city, come to find out. So they were actually right, and therefore it made it our responsibility. We thought our responsibility ended at that frontage road, but it doesn't. So,
We
make
got
a
a
long
much
story
better deal.
short, we said thanks, but no thanks. I guess we'll just leave that stretch untouched. We had already committed to other projects. Well, now they're knee-deep into these improvements, and they came back and Brett came back last week and said, hey, if we can make this happen, that cost dropped
right.
basically not quite half, but almost half. So I think we need to jump on it.
I agree. It's Cullinan, is that correct, Mayor?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
UCM. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
Next, Mayor, resolution number 2627-012, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, the resolution number 2627-012, resolution authorizing the purchase of a new 2027 Mack tandem dump truck from Vanguard Truck Center with installed equipment from Koenig Body and Equipment Incorporated for the City Streets Department be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you this resolution number 2627-012 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Means.
Thank you, Mr. Mingus. This, we have approximately 10. I mean, bad snowstorm, we usually have, try to have at least 8 trucks up and running, but we, in our whole fleet, 8, 9, 10, just depending on the condition of our vehicles. This is just a replacement of one, and if I remember correctly, this should be the last one. I know we've purchased a few of them. Is that right, or we still
I think
lose track?
this catches us up.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So,
But looking forward to getting it.
yep.
We're proud to have a very good plowing track record, and this will help us with that, maintain it.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
That is all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Decker. Commissioner Sutherland.
I have one item tonight, sir. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2627-013, resolution authorizing and directing the payment of invoice from Vermeer Sales and Service of Central Illinois, Inc., for rental of a bore rig for the emergency repair of water main located on Sabrina Drive in the amount of $26,900 be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-013 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
One of the directions that we have decided to go at the city, and that is we don't mind farming things out to contractors when it's necessary, when we don't have the personnel to do the job or the equipment to do the job. And since my fellow commissioners and the mayor have allowed me to put in main water pipe, I'm not saying that we're averaging 10,000 feet a year of new pipe in the ground, but pretty damn close. That our guys have come up to the up to bat and are running bore rig machines, which we've never done before. I want to own one, but we're not there yet. So once we get the funding and a lot of these big emergency repair jobs that haven't been touched in 30, 40 years, discovered and out of the way, and we'll be able to spend more time and money running things like backhoes and bore machines to put in new water main. And this is one of our in-house experiments. It's working out really well for us.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Mingus.
One item tonight, Your Honor, ordinance number 4910. Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4910 here to attach an ordinance amending city code provisions regulating smoking in the city of East Peoria to prohibit smoking in Levy Park be read at length by the clerk, and that said ordinance number 4909 be accepted on its first reading and hereby adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Madam Clerk?
Whereas pursuant to Section 11-60-2 of the Illinois Municipal Code 65 ILCS 5/11-60-2, the city has the authority to define, prevent, and abate nuisances, whereas the city has previously adopted ordinances restricting the use of tobacco products and electronic cigarette devices within the city, which includes a prohibition of use of such smoking products at Eastside Center, whereas the city seeks to maintain a family-friendly atmosphere in the recently completed Levy Park area in the city's Levy District adjacent to the Civic Complex, which includes the immediately adjacent Reading Gardens area to Levy Park, the Reading Gardens, and whereas the City Council continues to find the use of tobacco products and electronic cigarettes poses serious health risks, and whereas the City Council finds that in an effort to limit risks associated with the use of tobacco products and electronic cigarettes, it is necessary to amend the City Code to also restrict usage of these products in Levy Park. Whereas the City Council accordingly desires to amend Section 10-1-4.11 of the East Peoria City Code to include the prohibition on use of tobacco products and electronic cigarettes in Levy Park. Whereas the City Council finds the adoption of the proposed amendments to Section 10-1-4.11 of the East Peoria City Code will promote the health, safety, and welfare of the city, its citizens, and the general public who use Levy Park, and that said amendments are in the best interest of the city of East Peoria and its citizens. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, that Section 1, the above recitals are found to be true and correct. Section 2, Title 10, Chapter 1, Section 4.11 of the East Peoria City Code is hereby amended as follows. Additions are indicated by underlined, deletions by strikeout. Section 10-1-4.11, smoking and tobacco use at Eastside Center and Levy Park. A, it is unlawful for any person to smoke or use tobacco products or electronic cigarettes on the grounds or in the facilities comprising Eastside Center or Levy Park and the immediately adjacent Reading Gardens area to Levy Park, except in the designated smoking area or when a person is in a personal vehicle with all doors to the vehicle closed. The terms tobacco products and electronic cigarettes shall have the same meanings as set forth in Section 3-35-1. B, a violation of this section shall be punishable by a fine not less than $50 or more than $750. Section 3, the citations to Section 3-39-1 of the East Peoria City Code entitled 10, Chapter 1, Sections 4.12, 4.13, and 4.14 of the East Peoria City Code are hereby deleted and replaced by Section 3-35-1. Section 4, the Director of Tourism and Special Events is hereby directed to post signs at both Eastside Center and Levy Park and the adjacent Reading Gardens that smoking is prohibited at these locations in the city. Section 5, this ordinance is hereby ordered to be published in pamphlet form by the East Peoria City Clerk, and said clerk is ordered to keep at least 3 copies hereof available for public inspection in the future in accordance with the Illinois Municipal Code. Section 6, this ordinance is in addition to other ordinances on the subject and shall be construed therewith excepting as to that part in direct conflict with any other ordinance. In the event of such conflict, the provisions hereof shall govern. Section 7, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage approval, a 10-day period of publication in the manner provided by law.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Pretty self-explanatory. This is bringing our ordinance regarding smoking in the city. It's basically making the ordinance the same for Levy Park that it is for Eastside Center. So no smoking in Levy Park, just like there's no smoking at Eastside Center. Want to keep it family friendly and don't want smoking there.
Very good. Any discussion?
Just an observation. I noticed in the wording, and my interpretation would be, you could be in your car and all the windows cranked down because the doors need to be closed, but the windows can be all down and puffing away.
Yeah, I saw that.
So,
That's how it's written. Scott, any comment on that?
Mayor, not really. That's
Yeah.
just kind of a leftover vestige from that provision, and at this point, it hasn't caused us any problems. So I think we're trying to encourage people to go to the parking lot.
Now Commissioner Hill just pointed it out.
Thanks a lot. There's always one in the crowd that's got to point out the obvious. Now Cheech and Chong are going to roll up. Anyway,
I just wanted to make sure my interpretation was correct.
well, thanks for pointing that out to the public. No. Anyway,
Okay.
any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call?
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
That's all I have now, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Public comment. Anyone wish to address the council on a non-agenda item, please step forward. And we have no one. Comments from the council. Commissioner Decker.
But one thing, Mayor, first, I'm happy that I'm able to once again volunteer to help with the honor flight. I'll be doing that next Tuesday. So if anybody watching would like to come out and welcome all the veterans home after the day visiting Washington, D.C., hopefully I'll be able to see you there. So just encourage everybody to come out and give the veterans the welcome home that they deserve so long ago.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Hill.
I have 2 items. One item,
Big announcement.
that's the second item. That was the,
Okay.
this one, I'm not meaning to throw Commissioner Decker under the bus because I've talked to him in the past, but the recent event, our garbage can crushing devices that we have, I personally would like to ask Commissioner Decker to revisit our policy because I truly don't think it's fair to our citizens and to the public. I myself have experienced some of the pain that I've read, but the recent event was one of my neighbors. But, I had a garbage can. Again, they slammed it down so hard, eventually the wheels came off. I kept putting the wheel on until the day I came home and the wheel wasn't there anymore. The wheel was gone, but wasn't on the ground. Fast forward, I was out at my curb one day, just coincidental. Garbage can literally crushed my elderly 80 plus at the time neighbor's can, And then I was standing there and watched my can be grabbed corner to corner, and I thought mine at that point was going to burst. It survived. It didn't later. So they've crushed my can now. It's one of the new cans or newer cans. But yesterday, as I was pulling into my driveway, a different one of my neighbors was throwing her hands up, and I said, unfortunately, you're going to need to submit. Her can had been damaged and the lid wouldn't close. And I said, you're going to need to contact the Department of Public Works, but there's some ordinances that may make it a challenge for you to have any rectification.
So did they contact Public Works? Do you
Well,
know?
this was just last night,
Okay.
so I'm not aware.
Frankly, I mean, I agree
Yeah.
that if it is our fault, there are a lot of issues. One, the age of it. They are, some of them, they have warranties, some do. The ones we used to sell had a 10-year warranty. That 10-year warranty was backed by the city, though. We would give them another one, but ultimately it would be paid for. I mean, we would get extras, and then so ultimately it'd be paid for by the city. The only issue is we don't have a stockpile to hand out. Commissioner and I have spoken about creating a line item, so and I could put it in either the foreman's or the superintendent's hand, and if he deemed or if they deem that yes, this is due to our cause, then if there would be a way for us to give somebody a voucher or something to get another one. I certainly agree. We need to put parameters on how to do it, but I know a lot of times when we hear complaints, we'll learn that the can was very old or something else. However, there are times that I've heard that it's been damaged. And just like anything else, when you have new employees, and I'm not saying that's what this is, we can expect things like that to happen during those times, because those are very strong pieces of equipment. But we just need a line item that we could use to make good decisions. And I agree.
Yeah,
we could do that.
Yeah, I think that would be definitely a step, because had I not experienced it more than once myself, and even my immediate neighbors, that they can run over and then I look at them helplessly and say, I can't help you. You're going to have to talk to a different commissioner. Because of our commissioner form of government, he has a say on whether you get any remedy or not. And knowing that, and I would just want to go on record, I know, and I'm not insinuating in any way, shape, or form, our guys are intentionally trying to do any of this, but we've got the operator, the equipment, the certification of the settings on that grappler, all in play. And so, yeah, I was just, because I think there's a more fair way to look at trying to remedy for people instead of, and I've heard the resident blame for, it's an old can, it's a thin can, it's a cheap can, it's an overweight can. Well, I can definitely, in my personal situations, can vouch none of that existed. So yeah, I would encourage you, and I would welcome something coming back to the council that is a little fairer in the remedies section.
Yeah, honestly, I think it'd be pretty easy if we just had a place to use the money from. I could put it in the hands of the superintendent and foreman to make that decision. I think they'd make good decisions.
Thank you. Now, the big announcement. Mayor, hey, there will be no year 6 for me as the farmer's coordinator.
What?
I'm going to leave her name unsaid in the public here, but there's a very excited, energetic person that's looking to take over the farmer's market. Now, I was informed as I was doing some transition that we'll be moving here due to some irrigation work going on in the promenade.
We're going to be tearing up the pedestrian area over there to redo the irrigation.
Okay.
Yeah.
As I said, I didn't even know there was irrigation there in all the 6 years or more that I've been over there. I've never seen it run.
Neither did I, so voila, here you go.
Yeah.
That's why it needs
So,
repaired.
Exciting.
It hasn't worked.
We're still looking for vendors, so come out. It's looks like a new year. So it's one of the things that it's going to be exciting to have maybe them out here where you can see them. The only drawback I see is The store traffic won't see them because, again, they're over there, but change, looks, the sun is shining, so come on out. We're only a couple of weeks away from the first Friday in June is when they'll get started. Might start off small, but farmers won't come in until really late June. So the other crafting type vendors should be growing as they become more familiar with that we're out there. So that would be it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sutherland.
Well, I would like to make a small response to Commissioner Hill's complaint about the garbage cans, and that is that if you want your garbage can to last, keep it out of the sun as much as you can, because the sun eats up the plastic immensely, and you're only supposed to get about 10 or 11 years out of those cans anyhow, hence the 10-year warranty. Another thing is, don't pack it too tight in the wintertime because the bags and the trash freeze to the sides, and the guy is trying to shake it hard dramatically to get it out, and if it doesn't break at that point, it's going to break in the future. Now, this goes to my first thing that I said, I think 5 years ago or a little bit more. Our trash trucks should load lower. I don't like the ones that go up higher because they don't use the post, and they have to take them all the way up high, and there's no real way to control the mechanism after it leaves 3 or 4 feet above the ground, and that's where it empties on the lower trucks. They didn't like the lower trucks because they had to re-weld the bottom end every once in a while using Bessel welding or something, and they thought that that was a big drawback. Well, now I think we know that that may not be such a big drawback because we never had this amount of complaints with the garbage cans getting crushed with the lower style. So I think we really need to take a real hard look at the lower style garbage can next time we order a garbage truck. Now, sewer. People, whatever you put in the sewer goes into the river. It doesn't matter what we do to it. We can break it down, we can pull part of it out, but if you put chemicals in your sewer, it's going to go in the river. If you put a toilet paper in the sewer, it's going to go into the river. So try not to put things in the river that you don't want your kids to boat on or pull a fish out and eat it after you guys dispose of things that should not be in there. Flushable wipes is a perfect example. It's a $1 billion company but they're not flushable. Don't do it. It screws up our plant, it screws up our pipes, and it screws up your pipes. So it's common sense, guys. If you don't want it in the river, don't flush it down the toilet. I'm done. Go ahead, laugh. I said I'm done.
Commissioner, I just want to say, every time I throw a Kleenex, I think of you, so that's sad.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're putting Kleenex down the toilet, you're asking for a problem. I don't think the plunger's going to help. Anyway.
I can't follow that. I have nothing in that, Your Honor.
Oh, my goodness. I appreciate you, Commissioner. Hey, we're laughing with you, not at you. We agree.
No,
we
I
100% agree.
actually, I think you're laughing at me.
No,
but I'll
actually, I've
pass.
got a policy in my house. The dude wipes whatever anyone wants to use. It does not go in our toilet. So I'm 100% with you on that. Anyway, the only comment I want to make, Memorial Day is Monday, May 25th. And just to remind people what Memorial Day is, it's an annual day to remember and give honor to those service members who gave their life in service to our country. So I know a lot of people get confused on Veterans Day, Memorial Day. I always like to point that out. And it's not just about the fallen who gave their life in service to our country. Keep in mind the families that are still here. Their pain and their sacrifices for the rest of their lives. So I just ask people to be respectful and join us in giving proper honor come Monday, May 25th. And with that, I'd seek a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adjourn until Tuesday evening, June 2nd, 2026, at 6 p.m.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're adjourned until we meet again.